Hola clase! This is lesson 3 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. And the story today is Roger the Romantic, part 3. In the afternoon, Roger goes around to the houses of the ladies he met in the morning, telling them good afternoon and asking them how they are. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de Francine. Roger ladies say, Buenas tardes, Francine. Francine ladies say, Buenas tardes, Roger. Roger ladies say, ¿Cómo estás? Francine ladies say, Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Roger ladies say, Estoy fantástico. Hasta pronto, Francine. At the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to understand everything I just said. Plus, read it, write it, and say it. So let's look at the objectives. I'm going to teach you a set of new Spanish vocab. We're going to use all those new phrases and words to learn the story about Roger Part 3. Then we'll have question and answer practice. You'll have a reading to read and translate, and then check it with me to see how well you understood. The grammar lesson today is on nouns and articles Part 2. So today we're working on a and an. There's 4 ways to say a and an in English, so we'll learn all 4 of those ways in Spanish and how to match them with Spanish nouns. And then el quiz on the vocab to see how well you learned it. So grab your workbook and let's get started. All right, class A, we are in Jalen Waltman's Complete Spanish Course 1A workbook. If you don't have the workbook yet, please take notes on your own paper or in your own spiral notebook. Lesson 3 should be on page 30 of the workbook. New vocab list starts off with él es muy guapo. Él es muy guapo, it means he is very handsome. He is very handsome. Él means he, and it has an accent mark on the E. Now, él, you might remember from last lesson, it also means the. When it means the, it does not have the accent mark on it. When it means he, it does. So él, like that looks weird, means he. And it even has the accent mark when it's a capital. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de. In the afternoon, tarde, it means afternoon, and maybe you can remember it because it looks like tardy, and if you're tardy, you're late. So this is later in the day. Roger va a la casa. Roger goes to the house of somebody. Ladies say buenas tardes. Says good afternoon. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? It means how are you? How are you? And on this one, make yourself a note over here that it's informal. Informal. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? I'm fine. Thanks. And you? Okay, a few notes about this. Bien means well or fine. It's an adverb. Bueno or buena or buenos or buenas mean good. Okay, so when your teacher says to you, muy bien, it doesn't mean very good. It means very well, as in very well done. I think this is confusing for people who are taking Spanish. In my classes with my students anyway, they think this means good, and so then later when we're in Spanish 2 and 3 and 4 and even AP, I'll still have students saying, oh, I like that restaurant, es muy bien. And you can't, if the restaurant is good, it's bueno, not bien. Okay, so I'm just throwing that in there. Bien means well, And bueno or buena or buenas buenas means good. So that's one note. Second note, estoy. Estoy, there's an understood yo over here. And I don't know if you remember me talking about in previous lessons that Spanish speakers are not going to go around saying yo, yo, yo all the time because it's not necessary. Estoy can only be yo. The way this is conjugated, it can only be I am. So this yo is actually optional in Spanish. Gracias for thanks. How could you remember gracias for thanks? Does it remind you of the word grateful or gracious? I'm trying to think of, there's probably a couple of other words that are related to that in English. So gracias is thanks, and then y tú. Okay, so we have both of our yous here. See this? Tú and usted. These words both mean you. They both mean you. Whoops, you. This one is the informal or casual, the you would use with people that you can be informal with or casual with, and this usted is the one that you would use with people that are older than you, that are a Mr. or a Mrs. to you, or somebody you would call yes sir or yes ma'am, or someone that's unfamiliar to you that's older than you. Usted. Okay, so ¿cómo está usted? How are you? Make yourself a note, formal. Now, there's another difference here. I've got ¿cómo estás? And ¿cómo está usted? There's actually two differences. I'm not saying two. Two is understood on this one. And do you remember last lesson I was talking about Spanish speakers put usted in there because it makes it sound even more polite. If you're talking to an usted, they tend to put it in there. And so that, it's really showing some respect there. There's another difference in the verb. What is it? This one does not have an S, that one does. Estás with an S is the conjugation that goes with to, and está, no S, is the conjugation of estar that goes with usted. Do you remember ¿cómo te llamas? And ¿cómo se llama usted? That llamas with the S went with to, and ¿cómo se llama usted? No S. Okay? Más o menos. Más o menos is another way to answer how are you. Más o menos, it means more or less. I always want you to know the literal translations of things because later when you see más, because in English we wouldn't say, if somebody said how are you, you wouldn't say, oh, I'm more or less. You could, you would probably be understood saying that, but we don't say it. We don't say it like that. We'd say, oh, so-so. Or, I'm okay. Meaning, I'm not great, right? So later on, when you see más, I don't want you to go, oh, I thought that meant so-so or something. It doesn't. It means more, and then menos is less. It's related to minus. Hasta pronto. Hasta pronto. See you soon. See you soon. So we had hasta luego, see you later. Now we have hasta pronto, see you soon. Okay, let's write and draw our words. First of all, él es muy guapo. I'm going to put él es muy guapo right in the middle. Here's how I draw a guapo guy. Make his jaw kind of square. Give him a nice thick neck. And then we'll do the 80s wave hair. And some eyebrows. Actually, I'm also going to give him some sideburns. There you go. Wow, look. Ooh, yes. Él es muy guapo. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de... Okay, so let's put that up here. It's the afternoon. So in the morning, I had, por la mañana, I had the sun down here. And now we're going to put it up higher because it's the afternoon. Here's Roger. Do the hat first and then the feather. And then here he is. Now he's going, so his legs need to be, he's pointed that direction and walking. A la casa. So off in the distance you have the casa. If you want to put the horizon on, you can. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de, and we don't know who this is. I'll probably, when we're practicing it, I'll probably just say va a la casa. Because va a la casa de, you need a name after de to really make that a good sentence. Le dice buenas tardes. Le dice buenas tardes. I'm going to do my afternoon again. Here's the afternoon. The sun is up high. Roger. With his romantic hat. Greeting someone. This one's going to be buenas tardes. He's greeting someone. Good afternoon. ¿Cómo estás? Asking a person that he can be informal or casual with how they are. So that person is going to be one of the girls, the younger women. And then here's Roger. Let's put our ¿Cómo está usted? I'm going to jump on down to that one. Let's put ¿Cómo está usted? So here's the older lady. Her little heels. Here's her house. Oh, what am I doing? That's a feather, not a dot. Okay. Do the arms like that, so he looks like he's asking a question. This one is going to be ¿Cómo está usted? And this one is ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? I'm going to put that down here. Here's her question. And for she's well, let's do a thumbs up. You can draw a little thumbs up there. And so here's, looks like a shoe or something. I don't know what that looks like. Anyway, here's Roger. Shoot, I drew his head first. Now I gotta cover it up with a feather. So this is going to be Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Más o menos. I'm so. For that, I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to do La Señora Doubtfire. Let's just put nothing there, because it's más o menos doesn't necessarily mean thumbs down, you know, like I'm horrible or anything, but it's kind of like so I'm okay. I'm okay, thanks for asking. Hasta pronto. So I'm gonna do, here's the girl. Roger's hat. But now he's leaving, so point his feet this direction. We'll do one hand up, waving. Okay, so this is going to be hasta pronto. Hasta pronto. ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo estás? Más o menos. Él es muy guapo. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de somebody, but I'm probably just going to say por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Le dice buenas tardes. And estoy bien, gracias, y tú? Okay, these are a lot of words to remember, but you can do it. Okay, we're going to cover these words up. So all you have is the pictures in front of you. You are going to point at the picture that represents the Spanish phrase I'm saying. Which one means él es muy guapo? Él es muy guapo. You should be pointing at this one. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. That is this one. Por la tarde, afternoon, Roger va a la casa. Roger le dice, buenas tardes. Roger le dice, buenas tardes. He's greeting someone in the afternoon. That's here. Roger le dice, ¿cómo estás? Roger le dice, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás is this one. Roger le dice, ¿cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? Asking the question of the older lady, an usted, a formal person. Estoy bien, gracias, ¿y tú? Estoy bien, gracias, ¿y tú? That's here. I'm fine, thanks, and you? Más o menos. Más o menos. Which one? That's her. She's more or less. She's so-so. She's okay. And then, which one represents hasta pronto? Hasta pronto. See you soon. That's here. Okay. Try to stay ahead of the green arrow. Más o menos. Más o menos. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Roger le dice, buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Él es muy guapo. Él es muy guapo. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Hasta pronto. Hasta pronto. ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? Más o menos. Él es muy guapo. Le dice buenas tardes. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Le dice buenas tardes. Hasta pronto. Él es muy guapo. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está usted? Más o menos. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Le dice, buenas tardes. Más o menos. Él es muy guapo. Hasta pronto. ¿Cómo está usted? Más o menos. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa. Hasta pronto. Él es muy guapo. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Okay, muy bien. All right, let's write the phrases under the pictures. Here I have por la tarde. Por la tarde. What's the tarde? What is it? It's the afternoon. Do you remember how to say morning in the morning? Mañana, sí. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de someone. I cannot say Francine's casa in Spanish. There's no apostrophe S like for possession. This picture is más o menos. Más o menos. So. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. This one he's asking, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo has an accent mark on the first O. Estás. ¿Cómo estás? Le dice, he says to somebody. Buenas tardes. Le dice buenas tardes. He is very handsome. So this is él. Él has an accent mark on the E when it means he. Es muy guapo. Él es muy guapo. Here he's asking an usted person how they are. ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo has an accent mark on the O. Está, accent mark on the A. How do you say formal you? What is it? It starts with a U. Usted. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, here she's answering, I'm fine. Estoy bien. How do you say thanks? Gracias. Y tú? Upside down question mark in front of that E because this is the part of this sentence that's really a question. Can you see how it would be a little bit strange to have it over here because the whole thing isn't a question. Estoy bien? Like I think or something? No, just this part is the question. So this is where we'll do the upside down one. Until soon or see you soon. Hasta pronto. Hasta, it really means until. It doesn't mean see you. El cuento de Roger el Romántico, parte 3. Hay un muchacho. El muchacho se llama Roger. Él es muy guapo. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de Francine. Roger le dice, buenas tardes, Francine. Francine le dice, buenas tardes, Roger. Roger le dice, ¿cómo estás? Francine le dice, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Roger le dice, estoy fantástico. Hasta pronto, Francine. Roger va a la casa de Charlotte. Roger le dice, buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás? Charlotte le dice, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Roger le dice, estoy fantástico. Hasta pronto, Charlotte. Roger va a la casa de la señora Doubtfire. Roger le dice, ¿Cómo está usted? La señora Doubtfire le dice, más o menos. Roger le da una foto a la señora Doubtfire. La señora Doubtfire está muy contenta. La señora le dice, gracias, Roger. Roger grita, sí. Fin. Okay, let's write the story of Roger el Romantico Part 3. El cuento de, it means the story of Roger el Romantico. What does Romantico need? Needs an accent mark on the A. Parte 3. Roger el Romantico, parte 3. The story starts out with, there's a guy. There's a guy. How do you say it? There's two ways to say guy or boy. I, H-A-Y, un, let's go with chico, because it's shorter and give more room here. Hay un chico. His name is, or he calls himself, Roger. How do you say it? It starts with se, and then what do I need? Llama Roger. And then I want to say, he is very handsome. He, el, it has an accent mark on the E, es, muy, handsome, what is it? It starts with a G. Guapo. Él es muy guapo. In the afternoon, he goes to Francine's house and says good afternoon. In the afternoon, por la, what's afternoon? Tarde. It's late, you're tardy. It's the afternoon. Por la tarde, Roger, he goes. Va a la house, what is it? Casa de Francine. Y, it means and. Le dice. And then how do I say good afternoon? Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Roger asks, how are you? And she says this. So we don't have to keep saying Roger. We can say él. Let's do it. Él le dice, or le, you know what? Let's do asks. Le pregunta. Pregunta means asks, and it can also mean question. Él le pregunta, ¿cómo? Accent mark on the O, the first O. Estás. ¿Cómo estás? Él le pregunta, ¿cómo estás? You have to squeeze this part up. Francine, le dice, estoy bien. Gracias. ¿Y tú? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? I'm going to leave out his response because we don't have room for it. We're going to say, he just says bye. He just says bye. Okay, so Roger says two words. What is it? Le dice. See you soon. Or until soon. Hasta pronto. Y, and he goes, va a la casa de Charlotte. Just got to check on Charlotte. Él le dice buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? He says, good afternoon. How are you? Let's leave off her response since we already wrote it once and here it is. We won't repeat it again. And he says, see you soon. Roger le dice, hasta pronto. Y va a la casa de la, you can abbreviate señora like this, señora Doubtfire. Let's just abbreviate her name too. Va a la casa de la señora Doubtfire. All right, so he's at her house. He's asking her how she is. Él le pregunta, asks her, él le pregunta, ¿cómo está, formal you, usted? ¿Cómo está usted? La señora, Doubtfire, abbreviate, le dice, I'm so, más o menos. So Roger gives her a photo. Do you remember how to say gives? Roger le da una foto. Roger le da una foto. Can you tell who this photo is of? La señora Doubtfire is happy. Está, now she's a female that's happy, so we want está contenta. And Roger yells yes. Roger grita sí. Whoa, I got crazy with that accent mark, but anyway, sí has an accent mark on the I. It's time for preguntas. Preguntas. Questions. ¿Cómo se llama el muchacho? ¿Cómo se llama, clase? Se llama Roger. I promise not every male protagonist of every story is going to be named Roger. There is one more episode of Roger, El Romantico, though. ¿Dónde está el muchacho? Where is he? Let's say he starts out at his own house. Roger está, accent mark, en su casa. Roger está en su casa. He's in his house. ¿A dónde va el muchacho? Where does he go? To where, literally is what it says. To where does he go? Va a la, where does he go? Where's the first place he goes? Casa de Francine. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué va? ¿Por qué? He goes because he's romantic and handsome. Porque él es romántico y guapo. So why not? Why not? ¿Qué tiene el muchacho? What does he have? Well, we didn't really talk about what he had until he gave somebody something, but what did he have? What did he apparently have that whole time that he was hiding? Tiene, he has una foto. He has a picture. ¿Qué le dice el muchacho? Well, he said the same thing to everybody. Le dice, how do you say good afternoon? Buenas tardes. Le dice buenas tardes. ¿A quién? A Francine. A Charlotte. ¿Quién means who, by the way. Y a la Señora Doubtfire. ¿Qué quiere el muchacho? What does he want? He wants to know how everybody is. He wants to know is going to be quiere saber. Saber is to know. Como has an accent mark on the O when it means how, as a question word. Quiere saber cómo están, how they all are. Cómo están. Remember in a lesson ago, I believe it's been 2 lessons ago, we were talking about how to say more than one person does something, or in this case is something, and it needs an N. So he wants to know how all these people are. Quiere saber cómo están, with an N. ¿Qué ve el muchacho? What does he see? Well, he sees ve a, let's say 2 girls, dos chicas, y a una señora. Señora, tilde on the N. ¿Está el muchacho contento al final? Is this guy happy at the end? Oh yeah, Roger, he's always happy. Sí, está contento. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué está contento, clase? ¿Por qué? Because, all one word. La, that really shouldn't be capitalized. La Señora Doubtfire le dice gracias. Because Ms. Doubtfire says thanks. ¿Quién es tu personaje favorito en el cuento? Who is your favorite character in the story? You can say whoever you want. Mi personaje favorito. Oops, that A looks weird. Favorito es Roger. Because he's just going around spreading cheer. Lee y traduce, read and translate. Read the story and write the English translation under the Spanish line by line. You know what to do. You can, oops, throwing my pens around here. You can abbreviate names. Roger el Romantico, Francine can just be like that. You need to go through and translate the story. Put the video on pause while you do that, and then come back and we will check it. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. Hay un muchacho. What does it mean? There's a guy or there's a boy. Se llama Roger el Romantico. His name is. Roger tiene un sombrero romántico y una foto de él. Okay, Roger has, did you get has? If so, very good. A romantic hat, romantic flowers. If you wrote hat romantic, flowers romantic, that's fine. And a photo of, what's this? Him, a photo of him. I told you él means he, here it means him. Roger es muy guapo en la foto. What's going on? Roger is very handsome in the picture or in the photo. Por la tarde, Roger va a la casa de Francine. When? When does he go? In the afternoon, Roger goes to Francine's house, or if you wrote to the house of Francine, that's fine. Roger le dice, buenas tardes, Francine. He says, good afternoon, Francine. Francine says, good afternoon, Roger. Roger le pregunta. Have you picked up this word yet? He asks. It can also mean question. So if you're telling me, oh, I think it's, on that other page, it means question. Yes, it can mean question or asks. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Francine le dice, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Francine says, I'm fine, thanks. And you? Roger says, estoy fantástico. I'm fantastic. Hasta pronto. Hasta pronto? Until soon. See you soon, Francine. Roger goes to Senora Doubtfire's house, or the house of Mrs. Doubtfire. Roger le dice, buenas tardes, Senora Doubtfire. He says, good afternoon, Senora Doubtfire. La Senora Doubtfire le dice, buenas tardes. Let me do her voice. La Senora Doubtfire le dice, buenas tardes, Roger. Roger le pregunta. So she says, good afternoon, Roger. Roger asks, ¿Cómo está usted? La Senora Doubtfire le dice, más o menos. She says, you could have translated it more or less, so, I'm okay. Okay as in, not that great. Roger le da la foto de él a la Senora Doubtfire. Roger gives the picture of him, or the photo of him, to Mrs. Doubtfire. La Senora Doubtfire está muy contenta. Mrs. Doubtfire is very happy. Y le dice, gracias, Roger. She's very happy and she says, thanks, Roger. Roger le dice, hasta pronto, Senora Doubtfire. See you soon, Mrs. Doubtfire. Roger está muy, muy contento. La gramática, the grammar. Nouns and articles, part 2, indefinites. What do I mean by indefinite? Well, the definite article in English is the. In Spanish, el, la, los, las. Indefinite articles, instead of it being a definite boy, the boy, it's a boy, some boy. We don't know. It's just someone, okay? It's not definite, it's indefinite. In Spanish, the indefinite articles un, una, unos, and unas, they mean a or an in English, and sometimes some. Sometimes we're going to translate that as some in English. They have to match the noun they modified, just like the definite articles do. Examples, un muchacho, una señorita, unos sombreros, unas guitarras. So, un is your masculine, una is your feminine, these two are singular, unos, masculine plural, unas, feminine plural. So I have un muchacho, it's a single guy. I can tell that it's masculine. Well, it's masculine because it's a guy, but with words that aren't a person. I know I want the masculine one, un. Una señorita ends in an A. I know I want the feminine singular one, una. Sombreros, why is it unos? It is masculine, here's the O, and it's also plural, so I want unos. And guitarras, it's feminine plus plural, so I want unas. Examples of irregulars that don't follow the expected pattern. Un día, so I'm working this dia word with you. Un día, we talked about in the last lesson, even though it ends in an A, that word is classified grammatically as a masculine word, so it's going to be un día. If I have some days, so a day, un día, some days, unos días, a flower, una flor, some flowers, unas flores. Write out the correct way to say each phrase below. A boy, un chico. Just have one, then I just have un chico. What if I have some boys? I have chicos. I cannot say un chicos. I need unos chicos. A girl, una, right? And then we can do the short one, chica, una chica. Some girls. What will I do to una? Unas chicas. A young lady or a miss. This was the word we were learning last lesson, I believe. So una, and then what's the word for this, a young lady or someone you would say miss? Señorita. Señorita, it has an accent mark, a tilde on the end. A mature woman or a Mrs. Señora What's my indefinite article? Una again. Female, female. Feminine, feminine. A mature man or a mister. Do you remember this from last lesson? I just threw it in. It wasn't a target vocab word, but it's a señor. What will the article be? Single, just one guy. Un señor. What about a guitar? The word for guitar? Guitarra, 2 R's. Una, see? Una guitarra. What if I have some guitars? What will I do to una? I need to pluralize it. Unas guitarras. A hat. How do you say hat? Sombrero. And then I have one hat, just a hat. Un sombrero. I have more than one. Now what do I need? Unos sombreros. Unos sombreros. A house. One house. Casa. A house. What would it be? Una. Una casa. That word is feminine grammatically. Some houses. What will you do? Unas casas. A morning. Do you remember how to say morning? Mañana. Mañana, it has a tilde on that N, so you'll say enya. Mañana. Una mañana. Mañana, it is a feminine word grammatically, so I need una. You can tell because it ends in an A, just like casa. Some mornings. Unas mañanas. Unas mañanas has a tilde on the N. I have an afternoon. We just learned that word. It starts with a T. What is it? A tarde. Now, tarde, you cannot tell if it's masculine or feminine by looking at it. It's a neutral letter. It's E. But tarde is una, classified as a feminine word. Una tarde. So then I have some afternoons. Unas tardes. Unas tardes. A male teacher. Okay, do you remember this word? It starts with a P. It's a profesor, and I have a, just one A, male teacher, would be un profesor. I have a female teacher. What do I need to do to these words? You get the profesora, a, not un, but una, because now I have a feminine word and a feminine person, actually. Some female teachers. Okay, so I've got more than one. What do I want here? Unas profesoras. Unas profesoras. A male student. And we talked about this. Estudiante. It is a neutral word. It's got this neutral E. So if I need to specify it's a male student, will I say un or una? I need to say un. Un estudiante would be a guy, male student. Now, what if I have some students in a mixed group? So a guy and a couple of girls that don't have arms. I'm talking about all of these people together. I cannot say unas estudiantes. I cannot say unas estudiantes. I have to say unos estudiantes. Unos estudiantes. Some students. If he's not there, then, and I'm talking about them, then I can say unas estudiantes. What if I have some students who are all male? No girls, just guys. Then unos estudiantes, once again. So you might say to me, oh, well, how will I know if I'm talking about a mixed group or some males? You know, in context, or, you know, the more the person talks, it'll become more clear. Let's look at English. If I say there were some students walking down the hallway, you don't know what sex they are. So sometimes you might need to get a little bit more context to know if they were truly all guys or not. A female student, okay, I've got estudiante. I cannot say un. What do I want? Una. Una estudiante. Now you know I'm talking about a female student. from this una. You can't tell from estudiante. You can't tell from this E. What about some female students? A group of them. Unas estudiantes. Práctica. It's time for you to practice by yourself. The indefinite nouns and articles, fill in the blank with the correct article. So your possibilities here, you could have un, you could have una, you could have unos, and you could have unas. You've got 4 possibilities. Put which one you think goes in each blank, and then we will check it. Pause the video now. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. Número 1, muchacho. Un muchacho. Número 2, chicas. Unas chicas. Número 3, profesores. Profesores with an E, not an A. What did you do? Unos profesores. Número 4, profesora with an A. Una profesora. Número 5, casas. Unas casas. Número 6, días. Unos. Did you get unos with dia? Dia is an exception to the rule. It ends in an A, but it's actually a masculine word, grammatically. Número 7, señores. Señores with an E, unos. Unos señores. Señoras with an A. Unas. Número 9, señorita, una. Número 10, amigo. Amigo is un amigo. Número 11, videos. Some videos. Unos videos. Número 12, escuelas. Schools. Unas escuelas. Número 13, flor. Flor, you can't tell. You can't tell by looking at that R. It's una. Give yourself a special smiley face if you got that. Una. Número 14, guitarras. Unas guitarras. Okay, 15, estudiantes. It's all male or a mixed group because it would be the same word from these choices. What did you pick? Unos. Muy bien. Now, you might say to me, how do I know what these are with these E's? Well, I think I was kind of hoping that you would see that it's not the feminine one, that it's the plural masculine one. And the thing is, after an R, to pluralize a word that ends in R, it's ES instead of, you can't do OS. You can't do señoros or profesoros. That's not Spanish. Word that ends in an R, to pluralize it is going to end in ES. El quiz. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es viernes. I just realized I'm constantly doing these lessons on Fridays. You're never going to learn any other word. But anyway, it's Friday again. ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? Today is Friday. Okay, fecha. What is fecha? Fecha means date. So es el... What is today's date? Es el 31 de enero. Enero means January. Don't capitalize those. Okay, you have 8 phrases in Spanish and in English to match up. Pause the video and match those up. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it and see how you did. Número 1. Él es muy guapo. Número 1. Letra C. Número 2. Por la tarde va a la casa de. Letra A. In the afternoon, he goes to so-and-so's house. Letra A. Número 3. Le dice buenas tardes. Número 3, letra E. Letra E says good afternoon. Número 4, ¿cómo estás? Letra H. That's the informal one. How can I tell? There's an S on the verb and no usted. No usted. Número 5, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Letra D. Letra D. Número 6, ¿cómo está usted? Letra G. How are you formal? Usted lets you know it's formal. So does the lack of an S on this verb here, but right now we're practicing it like this because that's how Spanish speakers do it, and also because I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for you to see the difference between this and this, 4 and 6. Número 7, más o menos. Más o menos, letra F. Y número 8, hasta pronto. Hasta pronto, letra B. ¿Todo correcto, clase? ¿Todo correcto? Si todo es correcto, dibuja una cara feliz. Una cara feliz con flores. Muchas flores. Muy bien. Lesson 3, grammar quiz. Nouns and articles, part 2. Write the correct Spanish article for a, an, or some in the blank. Do you know what they are? There's 4 of them. What are they? Un. What's the next one? Una. Okay, what's the next one? It's a plural. Plural of un would be what? Unos. And plural of una? Unas. Okay, those are your 4 indefinite articles. Write which one you think goes with the word. Write it in the blank. Pause the video. Go. Okay, we're back. Número 1, muchacho. Un. Número 2, muchacha. Una. Número 3, sombrero. Un. Número 4, casa. Una. Número 5, muchachos. Unos. Unos, plural. Número 6, muchachas. Unas. Número 7, sombreros. Unos. Número 8, casas. Unas casas. ¿Todo correcto, clase? ¿Todo correcto? Si tienes todo correcto, dibuja una cara feliz. Una cara muy feliz. Bonus material. Extra practice optional. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say a line in English, and if you know how to say it in Spanish, you say it out loud in Spanish. Hold on. Let's cover up some stuff here. Okay. The story starts out with, there's a guy. You say it in Spanish. His name is Roger. Roger is very romantic. Okay? Do you know how to say, he is very handsome? Okay. In the afternoon, Roger goes to Francine's house. Okay, muy bien. Roger says, good afternoon. Roger asks, if you don't know how to say asks, you can just say says again. How are you? This is, you want your informal one because it's Francine. How are you? Francine says, I'm fine, thanks. And you? Roger says, I'm fantastic. Roger says, see you soon. Okay, muy bien. How did you do? Do you know how to say all that? If you do, muy bien, excelente. Here's what I would also like to encourage you to do is write the story. I started it for you here. And what you might do is put it off a couple days and then come back and see if you still know how to write this without looking at other stuff. Like you're just looking at this page. If there's something over here, cover that up and try to write the story here. The value of doing it a couple of days later is based on brain research. If you can do that a couple days later, it will solidify it more in your brain. Muy bien, clase! You finished Lesson 3 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. You are well on your way to becoming fluent in Spanish. If you still need to get my workbook, check out the link in the description box below. And until next time, adios, clase!